breaking news. Breaking news. Now, depending on how you feel about this news, it could be good news or it could be bad news. But it's definitely breaking news. But, I got some very good news regardless. I'm giving away $30,000, baby. All Benjamins. Look at that. All Benjamins. I will be giving away $30,000 once we get to 400,000 subscribers. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to the 400,000 subscribers before this fight, November 15th, so I can give away this $30,000 to a lucky subscriber. You know how I do. I've done this many times now, and I'm doing this again. By the time you see this video, I will be putting this away in my bank, thanks to CEC. But let's talk about the breaking news. I hope you guys are one of the lucky winners. Don't forget, man, add me to the comments, okay? So Ms. Biz can start already putting together, right, all the list of people who want to be a lucky winner of the giveaway. Now, I hope that made you guys feel better about what I'm about to tell you guys now. Breaking news from Ring Magazine. Breaking. Jake Paul will face Gervonta Tank Davis on November 15th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta in an exhibition live on Netflix. Sources confirmed to Mike Coppinger. Talks for Paul to face Anthony Joshua collapse over network issues. Paul's last fight took place at 200 pounds, while Davis is a champion at 135, which is lightweight. Look, I want to say this about that. Here's my take. You guys already know, whatever we say in the war, I'm sorry, I tried to do this I tried to do this professionally. I'm not going to retake that. Whatever we do in the war room, people are going to have a response. And honestly, I don't know if Tank fans are going to really respond this time in a negative way to this take I'm going to have. But here are my concerns. One, again, how the hell is Tank too small for 140 but can fight Jake Paul at 200? And listen, dude, listen, don't give me it's an exhibition. Jake Paul himself says it's only an exhibition because no one was sanctioned the weight difference. Other than that, all the rules going to be same as a pro fight. Someone can get their asses knocked the hell out.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. But, and so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that, like, we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
And this was always the plan. This was always the plan. Tank Davis told you at the press conference, the post-press conference of Lamont. Honestly, here's just a video of all of this being in the works for a while now.
He's gonna call? All right. Yeah, that's how I usually do. And backflip, knockout, backflip, call someone out.
No, I don't never call nobody out.
Ooh. So it'll be your first time. So more reason to tune in on March 1st.
Yeah, but I just told you that in the air. You said
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year? Is that the one you want next?
it's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
Oh, well, what is?
You might see it in a minute.
With you and Tank actually being a thing, was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
So, this was always a thing, and which kind of explains why they robbed Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach won that fight, bro. They robbed him of the knockdown. He won that fight. You count the knockdown. Let's just say it's a draw. You count the knockdown, Lamont Roach wins officially. All right, they robbed him of the knockdown, and which makes sense, okay, because this is going to be one hell of a bag. And I want to make this understood. This isn't one hell of a bag because Jake Paul is a hell of a bag type of guy. They both are. It's the matchup. All right, I've seen Jake Paul have fights that didn't do so well, like Mike Perry, it did okay. I think he had like 2 fights against guys nobody really knew. It did okay, but Jake Paul really shines financially depending on the matchup, all right? You got the Fury fight, you got the Tyson fight, and you got this Tank Davis fight. And really, a lot of Jake Paul early stuff was going viral because it was like sensational. Now, people kind of see Jake Paul as one of 2 things. 1, he's just good now, okay? He's a fighter. Or 2, people think that all his shit is fake. But I tell you this, how I feel, I've seen Jake Paul can fight, okay? He can fight, which is why I got Jake Paul knocking out Tank Davis.
It's time to go to school.
You will lose.
This is supposed to be an exhibition. You understand? An exhibition.
Y'all think I'm bull jiving? Yeah, my prediction is Jake Paul at 200 plus pounds knocks out a lightweight. I can't, listen, bro, why would I think otherwise? Right? I would only think otherwise if Jake Paul didn't have any experience boxing, but now he's been in many camps. He done put together a decent resume. He put together a resume as any boxer would who has fought a handful of, 11 fights or 12, I don't know his record, all right? But what I'm saying is he's a heavyweight fighting a lightweight. I'm assuming he knocks him out, but I tell you this, I would be rooting on Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm rooting for Gervonta to win. I cannot, as a boxing fan, okay, as I'm talking about as a deep-rooted boxing fan, Tank, I'm rooting on you to win. Am I rooting on this fight? Well, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be watching the damn fight. And MVP, let's talk, because I want to work the fight, all right? I'm going to say, and plus, if we got a wager, MVP, on what's the bigger fight, Nello, Terrence Crawford, or a Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, if Nello and Terrence Crawford, which, come on, you guys, this has to be a bigger fight. If it's not, I got to meet up with you guys to give you guys the money I owe you any damn way. But, listen, I just want to let you guys know, MVP, I am rooting on Tank Davis to win. I have a few takes, though, okay? One is Jake Paul. His name is no longer the problem child. His name is now the pound-for-pound child. He is the epitome of pound for pound at this point. I don't know anyone who can be in a negotiation with an Anthony Joshua heavyweight but end up fighting Tank Davis. How you can cover so much ground. How can you negotiate with Canelo Alvarez, negotiate with Anthony A.J. Joshua, and end up landing a fight with Tank Davis? At this point, Jake Paul is Mr. Pound for Pound. You heard it here first. I'm going to say this too. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a fighter at the prime of his career like Tank Davis have a fight like this. These fights are usually the fights that if you are in a different sport, you know, like a Tyron Woodley, or if you're an actor or some kind of celebrity or something, or if you're Mike Tyson far past his prime, you know, Muhammad Ali did it, Jack Dempsey did it. I think he's one of the first ones to ever do something like that, have that cross type of fight where you fighting a wrestler and, you know, the spectacle thing. You have these fighters who've done that. Now, Tyson Fury did it with Francis Ngannou, okay, but at least Francis Ngannou was kind of seen as like a devastating striker. Plus, Tyson Fury was at the tail end of his career. He was not the same Tyson Fury. AJ had to go and knock him. So maybe AJ is the closest thing to doing this. All right, this here is just unheard of. Tank Davis fighting Jake Paul, you know, honestly, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. It's a bad for Tank Davis, not for Jake. Ain't a bad look for Jake. It's a bad look for Tank. All right, it's a bad look, and you have his contemporaries like Shakur Stevenson negotiating. I heard he's negotiating or starting negotiations with Lamont Roach. You hearing that, that Shakur may end up fighting Teofimo Lopez in January. Like, there's all these fighters who's trying to build their legacies on some real shit, and then you got this, okay, which this fight was always going to be a thing. My last take is this. Netflix. I think, well, I almost had to say, fighting on Netflix, we're going to have to be careful. The reason why I'm saying that is because now with the Mike Tyson fight, all right, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and then you have Canelo Crawford, and then you have Jake Paul Tank. Though Canelo Crawford's a real thing that everybody's hyped about, you kind of starting to look at the platform as a special event type of thing for boxing. One of those celebrity death match type of, I mean, you already got WWE on Netflix. So I can see, no diss to Netflix, because Netflix never said they were a sports channel. Netflix never said that it was a boxing channel, okay? So Netflix doing their job. I'm just saying, if you have to be careful with the matches, because as of right now, if now it feels like Netflix is branded as, if you're gonna have a boxing event there, it would have to be something like this, okay? And we don't want that, because I think TKO is going to end up making Netflix their house of boxing, which is Dana White's boxing league, partnered with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You don't want people to say, as soon as they're fight on Netflix, you don't want people to start doing that. But this here is going to be a big fight. I'm going to be there. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to talk about it, all right? Just like I did with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. At the end of the day, though it's disappointing as a boxing fan, stop the bull jive. We're all going to tune in. We're all going to tune in. This is so damn weird. You cannot help it. We're all going to tune in. And I'm going to tell you this. If Gervonta doesn't see Jake Paul as somebody he wants to beat the hell out of, and I'm talking not the playful Tank, right, that dance in his underwear and be doing, not that. I'm talking about Tank Davis, who did the feint at Frank Martin. If I need that Tank to show, I said the same thing about Mike Tyson. I need that Tank to show up, because if this playful Tank and Jake Paul got you laughing and shit, you're gonna laugh and have a good time, and Jake Paul's gonna take you seriously and try to take your head off come fight night, come November 15th.
What are you guys doing? This is supposed to be an exhibition!
Let me know how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz adult. Don't forget the bread, all right? Hey, $30,000, we're doing another giveaway. The reason why I announced it now is because the reason why I went to the bank and I pulled out this money to show you guys is because this fight, people aren't feeling that great about. I listen, but we're going to stay lit. We're going to stay lit, okay? So you guys, get ready to win this money. Have a good time. Let's all turn up, all right? 400,000 subscribers. Get the War Room there. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to start subscribing now. Do like you did before. You guys are great at that. Let's get the War Room there. And then I will be announcing the $30,000 winner. Hopefully we get there even before November, but it doesn't have to be November. As soon as we get to 400,000, I'll be announcing the winner. All right? ShowBizz adult. I'm out.